Welcome back to Fourth and Pain, the only pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player and a weight loss champion. On my left, that's Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker.
Gia, the wait is over.
I'm former wrestling announcer and weight loss champion, and apparently that short guy that gives out wrestling belts in the Redskins locker room, Chuck Carroll. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Fourth and Pain. And Adam, the reason that I introed myself like that is because we have a very special guest on the line. And every time we bring on one of your teammates, you introduce me as, that little short white guy that goes around handing out wrestling belts in the locker room.
But do they not always know who you are? If I just say Chuck Carroll, they're like, who's that? But
I
the little
beg to
short white
differ.
guy that hands out the belt, they know
I
who
beg
you
to
are.
differ. Niles Paul, do you know me by name? And welcome to the show.
I didn't recognize you by name first.
Oh!
It's okay to fib
Sucker.
every now and again, Niles. It's okay to tell a white lie.
Appreciate you joining us, Niles. How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. How y'all doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Doing good. Appreciate you taking the time. And right out of the gate, we could start with the obligatory Redskins question, but no. I want to start with this supposed cage match that's coming between you and Adam. I need to know the origins of this, and I need to know whether or not this is going to be on pay-per-view. And I need to know why you think you stand a chance at defeating this behemoth.
It's a real life situation. This cage match is going to happen sooner or later. If Adam didn't notice, I always took the belt out of his locker and put it in my locker during off-season training. The way I feel about it is that I'm a skilled fighter now, and I'm getting really strong in the weight room, and I like to compare myself to Adam in the weight room, even if he doesn't agree. But I had 465 on there for squats the other day, and I'm feeling pretty confident right now.
You know what? I will give Niles this. He is very strong, especially for a guy who was drafted as a wide receiver and still returns kickoffs to this day. So he's got some speed. But do me a favor. The next time you're done squatting with 465, could you just leave that on the bar so I can warm up with my bench press?
Wow. Wow.
I saw that coming.
Well,
I almost boosted up my squat to 565. So I knew he wouldn't say that, but I saw that coming.
Well, maybe I'd have to do a warm-up set and then do my bench with that.
Wow. Speaking with Niles Paul here on Fourth and Pain. And Niles, you were there for the recent OTAs. You got a chance to participate a little bit in those MMA workouts. Adam, still working on his knee a little bit. Do you think that MMA workout, that inside knowledge that you have would benefit you in this steel cage match that's forthcoming?
Absolutely. This man taught me a lot about leverage, and my partner that I was always with was always bigger than me, and I always got the leverage advantage over him. So I feel like I can use my speed and my strength to my advantage when me and Adam do the steel cage match.
I'm gonna just throw something out there. 6'6", 310 pounds versus an ex-wide receiver.
Well,
it's not going to end well, my friend.
He's been sparring with Tyler Polumpus.
He's a tight end, so basically that means he got a little fat, a little pudgy, so they had to move him inside. It's just not going to end well, my friend. I'm going to lay the smack down.
Hey, let me throw some stats out there for you.
Okay. Let's see what you got.
238, 6% body fat.
Okay.
You're talking about my right bicep? I think he's talking about my right bicep.
You boys are incorrigible.
Let's make the switch. Let's talk a little Husker football. We are Husker brethren. So I remember my career, and there's many memories that stick out to me and things that I really enjoyed about my career. When you look back at your career at Nebraska, what is the one memory, your favorite moment at your career at Nebraska?
My favorite moment in my career in Nebraska was probably, I would say it'd be the Missouri game when it was freezing out there and it was cold, and Sue had just came up with a big interception, and we scored a touchdown to tie the game, and then we came back and scored another touchdown. I was fortunate enough to score both those touchdowns within 30 seconds.
We recently spoke with Roy Halou, who said that his Nebraska teams were better than Adam's Nebraska teams. And Niles, you had an opportunity to play with Roy, and I'm curious to get your opinion. Who had the better Nebraska squads, you or Adam?
I'm a realist, and I'll be honest. The Nebraska team that Adam played on his years there was so full of talent and just professional players that I don't think that we had the same caliber of players. Even though we all went to the Big 12 championships, but I mean, it'll be a good game. But I'm giving Adams his 4 years at Nebraska. I'm giving him the advantage.
See, that's the difference between Niles and Roy. Niles is just smart. I don't know what's wrong with Roy. He's got a few too many concussions, I think. But here's what I'll say. If you actually tallied up the wins and losses, because I was going to do this and then throw it in Roy's face, but then I couldn't because when I actually looked at the numbers, my 4 years that I played, if you take out my sophomore year, we have a better win-loss percentage than Roy or Niles did during their career. You add in my sophomore year, the only year in 40 or 50 years in Nebraska football since 70 that we didn't go to a bowl game, then they get the edge. So I would have to give the edge to them win-loss-wise, but don't you ever tell Roy that, or you're going to be even shorter.
Oh, well, the fact of the matter is...
you might be forgetting about freshman year, Adam, when we didn't go to a bowl game at all, and Coach Callahan got fired.
Oh, I did forget about that. Okay. All right. Well, maybe it's a little closer than I thought it was.
Yeah, that was an embarrassing year for Husker football.
Hey, my sophomore year was an embarrassing year, too. Other than that, we did pretty good, though, and so did Niles in his career there.
Speaking with Redskins wide receiver Roy Halou and teammate Adam Carriker, both Nebraska guys. And Niles, here's the thing. Here is the thing. I know that you're an offensive guy, but I definitely need to ask you about the defense that Nebraska displayed last year. Are you expecting them to turn things around a little bit, shore it up a little bit this season?
No, Coach Pelini, he always manages to find, playmakers that he can put in the offense that he can single out and they can shine. So I'm sure that, he's got something up his sleeve this year and that the Black Shirts will be restored to, the times where Adam and with the Princes and then the Sues and, those kind of guys are there.
Taylor Martinez, you got a chance to play with him. I've never actually met the guy. My question is this. He's got 1 year of eligibility left, and I talk to certain Nebraska fans, and they're like, God, we have one more year of this guy. And I talk to other guys, and they're like, yes, we have him for one more year. So is he T-Magic, the Heisman Trophy candidate from a couple years ago, or is he the guy that led the entire nation in fumbles from last year? Which guy is he really?
I think, T-Magic was I call him, Taylor was thrown into a situation is his freshman year where, there was a lot of pressure put on him, and being a quarterback in Nebraska, a state where, you are the guy, I mean, you are the RG3 of the NFL pretty much. In Nebraska, in a sense. Taylor Martinez had a lot of, pressure put on him, and I think over the years he's handled it extremely well. And I do think that one more year of him, you'll see a more mature, because even last year you saw it, you saw that Taylor was really, his game was really starting to come together as a complete quarterback. And I'm excited to see him play his senior because I know that he's going to be that much better.
Niles Paul here on 4th and Payne. And Niles, as this is a pro wrestling show, you were a fan of the Squared Circle growing up, correct?
What did you say?
This is a half pro wrestling show, so you were a fan of pro wrestling growing up. Were you not?
Absolutely.
All right, talk to me. Who were some of your guys? Who stands out among all the wrestlers in your book?
I love the Goldberg Spear, so I loved Goldberg growing up, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Just because he was just the man growing up. There was nobody who could tell me Stone Cold wasn't like that in real life.
Now, Goldberg's actually a friend of the show. We actually talked a lot of trash to him during the bowl game because we played Georgia this year. He's a Georgia alum. Obviously, he got the last word there. But he said if he ever had one more match to do, his dream opponent would be Stone Cold. Now, you brought those two up. So let's say they both come back. They have this dream match. Who wins that match?
I got to give Stone Cold in it with a Stone Cold Stunner, man. That was just the most crucial thing ever.
All right. Redskins tight end and Nebraska brethren Niles Paul. Thanks for joining us on Fourth and Pain, man.
But thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
This is Fourth and
All
Pain.
right, well.
We'll be right back. And now, words of wisdom with Adam Carriker.
Next time your parents accuse you of being a liar, look them in the face and say, Tooth Fairy, Santa, Easter Bunny, and walk away like a boss.